For our final class of pronoun errors, we're going to look at ambiguous pronouns. And I mentioned a little bit about this earlier. Remember, the basic rule on the SAT is your pronoun must refer to a specific noun in the sentence. The noun has to exist, which it doesn't in the case of dummy pronouns, which we saw a couple examples of, and we'll see more examples of in the tactic series. Or, if there is a specific noun, it's got to be one specific noun. So if there are two possible nouns or more that pronoun could refer to, not good. Let's look at some examples. Bob and Sally tried to find his lost dog. So his is our pronoun. It's singular. It's male. So we know it must be referring to Bob, right? We're assuming, right, that we can make assumptions about gender, that Bob is a male. Then we can assume that. The SAT has no problem with that. Next sentence. Bob and Joe tried to find his lost dog. So wait a minute. His, again, singular. It could really refer to Bob or Joe. We don't know without more context which one it could be. So on the SAT, if you're reading a story about Bob lost his dog and he decided to go with his friend Joe to find his lost dog, you know from context that it's Bob's dog. But we don't have that here, nor does the SAT really care. We've got two possible candidates for the pronoun, so this is an ambiguous pronoun error. So how would you fix it? There's a lot of ways. One way is just to make it clear. So Bob and Joe tried to find Bob's lost dog, right? That's enough. The next couple sentences, we've got ones that actually don't have a pronoun at all, so they're kind of like dummy pronouns. After the recent natural disasters in multiple states, they have called for new regulations. So they, who's the they? You might say, oh, well, it's the multiple states. Well, be careful. Remember what I said about prepositional phrases. Nouns in prepositional phrases are very rarely going to contain the antecedent. Sometimes on some sentences they do. In sentences like this, they don't, because we have this initial modifier after the recent natural disasters in multiple states. They. Well, who they? I mean, is it the states? Maybe. Is it people in the states? Is it government? Is it the people? Who is it? We don't know. So on the SAT, this would be wrong. And the way to fix it would be to make this clear. Change it to a noun of some kind. Or just change the sentence to get rid of the pronoun, and that's going to be good. Basically, whenever you have a dummy pronoun like this, getting rid of the pronoun in some way is the way to fix it. There's really no way to save that pronoun. In the magazine article, it reported a huge budget deficit. Again, okay, it could be the magazine article, maybe, but again, prepositional phrase, not going to count most of the time. Second, there could be a lot of things that it could refer to here. It's not clear. It's vague. So in this case, again, we would change it by just changing the pronoun to some other, to a noun or something. But again, dummy pronoun, not going to be good. So your pronouns have to refer to something specific in the sentence.